Hi, this is part 3 of the tutorial. It's designing content on pages. We're going to start with the header art on the home page. So we're going to double click on the home page. Okay, this is where we really left off. We have our navigation here, we have our footer, and that's where we left off with the last tutorial. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a container, rectangle container, like we did last time. Does not need to be perfect at this point. And then we're going to do, we're going to set the stroke to none. Then we're going to click fill. So if we click the words fill, it gives us a drop down. We're going to add an image, so we can click next to image, add image. We're going to click on img-hero-salad-.jpg, which is found in your assets folder in that starting Muse file that we had originally downloaded. And click open. Okay, next what we're going to do is we are going to click fill and select add. You're going to click fitting, scale to fit. So in that same fill drop down, next to fitting, we are going to click scale to fill. And it's going to take your entire image and put it into that box. You're going to align it to the top. So with your selection tool, you'll align the top of the image. Whoops. And to one edge, from one edge to the other. You'll notice that the image spans from one side to the other. Whoops. We're also going to pull down the image a little deeper than it is. Whoops. We're also going to give it a 100% width so it fills from side to side. Now I seem to have lost my navigation. I'm going to drop it down. Make sure it goes from the top of the page. Again, we have our 100% width on here. I'm going to click on my navigation and I'm going to pull down to object, bring to front, so that it brings my navigation in front of the salad image. Now you'll notice our home, the words home, are pretty similar to the background color, brown. So we're definitely going to have to adjust that. So we are going to click on the navigation box because we're going to make it larger anyway. So if we just click on the box and we go to our text tool, then we just notice that our text is currently at 14. I'm going to click the arrows up to get to 17, and it's automatically going to adjust my text larger. So we do need to deal with that image on the active state, which turns to the similar color brown for the background. So we're going to go to our states. If you don't see states on your panel, you're going to go Window, pull down States, and I am going to do what we did earlier with our toolbox or tools. I'm going to click on one of the categories, and it's going to give us the active states. I'm going to click on active. I'm just going to make sure my active state colors to, I'm going to change it to the darker brown so that we know that clicking off of here and looking at it that we could definitely read the dark brown. So if the buttons were to change to dark brown, we'd be able to see them. So that seems to work. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place the logo on the top left. So we're going to do File, Place. We're going to find the logo, which is Logo Landing, Ping, same folder in the Assets folder. Hit Open. I'm going to click, and I'm going to place my ping file appropriately. Notice if you have a .png file, which is ping file, it usually comes in with a clear background, so you can definitely see through to your image behind it. Okay, so if we preview our page in browser, we can look at what we have so far. So we do File, Preview Page in browser. So we're just looking at the current page. So if you look at it in the browser, notice how the salad image sizes depending on the width, which is great. That's our fill to size function. I like that. And notice how the background image also scrolls behind that logo. So it's looking very good. Exactly what we wanted. Okay. All right, so then we're going to, okay, so now we're going to place some text in the center portion. So we're going to go back to our library. If you don't see the library there, again, under Window, Library. In this tutorial, they've supplied it for us. So we're going to click on, let's see, Text, Home, and we're going to click on it and drag it out to our space in the middle. I'm going to shrink my page down a little bit so I can see what I'm dealing with here. And you just click on the text and drag it and drop it where you feel appropriate. If you notice when you get to the middle, it gives you a red bar to show you that you are centered. So at this point we are going to, if we look at our final published site, this is what our finished piece should look like. So we definitely need to drop some images in there. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so this is where we are at right now. I'm going to take my 3 text boxes with my selection tool. I'm going to click one, shift click the second, and shift click the third, and I'm going to drag them down. If I hold my shift key, it'll keep them aligned. I can drop them and they will stay even. I can bring them down vertical but keep them the same horizontal, if that makes any sense, and keep them aligned. Again, that shift key will allow us to drop and keep them at the same point. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do, actually I do want to point something out. If you look at paragraph styles, okay, the way this was created, and this is a really good thing to use, if you look at paragraph styles under Window, the way this file was created was it was used with styles. So if you look at the heading, somebody, the person that created this tutorial created the heading at a certain point size, alignment, leading, tracking, color. If you wanted consistency, which is a really good thing to use, it's called style sheets. In this case, it's called paragraph styles. In InDesign, we call it style sheets. It will allow you to create all headings at the same style, so you would just go under paragraph styles and set your type with this button. This text is under subhead serif. You can just see where everything falls. You highlight the text, you can see this is the body copy. This is the subhead, again, body, subhead. So it allows you to give the same setting of fonts in a very simple way. So that's how that's used. Okay, good, really good thing to use for consistency. Okay, so now we're going to place some images, the 3 images in here. So we're going to go under File, Place, and under our Assets folder, we're going to shift click Baking, shift click Dinner, shift click Drinks, and hit open, and it allows you to click once one image, click twice another image, and click a third time the third image. Now you can place your images up and down, and it will align for you. Which is pretty simple for alignment. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to go back to our plan mode. We're going to populate one more page, which is the contact page. So we're going to double click on contact. And we are going to go back to the library. Window, library. We're going to go back to text contact. I'm going to take that and drag that out to our page. I'm going to close my library panel. So this is the text we need. I'm going to make my page smaller. Whoops. Because I need to leave some room for above this text for a map. So I'm going to drop my page text box to start at 500. So it's about here. And then if I wanted to give a little more room on the bottom too, I can just take my container and drag it a little deeper, and it'll give me some more room underneath. Okay, so that's leaving us a lot of room for the map up top. So we can also preview in browser one more time. I'm going to preview the site in browser and see where we're at. So we have our home page, which the artwork scales. And we have, I don't think we have anything on the menu page, nothing on the gallery, but in the contact page we have a placeholder with our text and place for a map. Okay, so that's where we're ending at this tutorial. The next one we'll pick up by definitely dropping in the map and some other things. So we're getting there, you're doing great. See you in the next tutorial.